We call the meeting to order and welcome everyone here this evening. It's nice to see a nice crowd. The first item this evening is the Pledge of Allegiance, so I'd like to call on our town attorney, Eric Vernon. I told him he sits over there and probably nobody, well, not nobody, but a lot of you don't even know who he is. So, Eric, if you would lead us in the pledge.
Shall we? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's what I call backup right there.
Thank you, sir. Normally we have school recognition, but schools are on spring break, so we do not have that tonight. I just thought I would explain to you. Next month, we'll be back on schedule with that. The next item is the approval of the agenda. Are there any amendments?
I would like to make an amendment to the agenda to add the presentation by Zebulon Vision.
Okay, I'll put that under, I'll make up old business, if you will, which will be 5A. So, anything else? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Public comment, Lisa? Do we have anybody? Thank you. Cynthia Williams, the Knightdale Wake Forest alumni chapter of Delta Sigma Theta.
Good evening. My name is Joanne Mitchell, and I'm president of Knightdale Wake Forest Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I greet you on behalf of the hardworking and focused 184 members of our chapter. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated was founded January 1913 on the campus of Howard University by 22 illustrious collegians. Our organization's mission since its inception has rallied around our commitment to public service and social action. This started with our sorority's participation in the Women of Suffrage March in Washington, D.C. on March 3rd, 1913. Knightdale Wake Forest Alumni Chapter is one of the organization's 1,000 chapters in the United States and also internationally. Our local chapter was chartered May 11, 1996, with the premise that our service areas would be the county's rural areas. Our service areas include Knightdale, Wake Forest, Wendell, Zebulon, Roseville, and parts of Northeast Raleigh, as well as parts of Youngsville. We love to paint the town red, and Zebulon is no exception. In the past, we have done the following service activities in this town. Our second annual East Wake Community Day Back to School celebration was held here in August in 2016, and it was conducted at the Boys and Girls Club of Zebulon. We distributed over 150 book bags filled with school supplies to school-age kids. This impactful day was in part of educational and finance seminars for both the parents and the students, along with the distribution of photo ID cards, and we provided lunch and also did voter registration. We have routinely provided cleaning supplies, sports equipment, and other resources to the Boys and Girls Club. And it started back in 2011. And next month, we will conduct educational seminars ranging in topics from what to do after graduation and how to succeed in high school and elementary school right now. In addition, a few of our chapter members who are noted authors will also read to the youth. In 2016, our Youth Initiative participants interacted with the residents of Zebulon Rehabilitation Center and delivered supplies and a few smiles. Throughout the years, KWF has sponsored families through Thanksgiving projects, as well as adopted a family that was devastated by fire. Continuing our outreach with the youth, during the holiday season, we gifted presents to the Toys for Tots programs that were sponsored by the Housing Authority. Also, our chapter has blessed the high...
Ma'am, excuse me, your 3 minutes, so you need to wrap it on up.
I will do that. All right. So the members of Nightdale Wake Forest Alumni Chapter, would you please stand? We're here to show our commitment to this area through social action, and we are here to say thank you and that we're here to serve you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Kathy, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to mispronounce his. It's Balaz. Well, thank you. I'm sorry. Most people don't know how to pronounce Matheny when they read it either, so I'm used to it. So, Ms. Balaz, thank you. You have 3 minutes.
First of all, it's been a long time since I've talked to one of these things, so bear with me. I'm just a mom and just a regular person out there. But for a while now, I live in the Wedgwood community, by the way, and we've been noticing an uptick in some kind of, it looks like drug activity and gang activity. And for a long time, I thought it was only me. But come to find out, the lady on the other street is seeing the same problems. And she would be here tonight, but she has an activity with her child. So the idea of a community watch has come up, so I've come here to ask for anybody that's willing to help with the Wedgwood Community Watch. The police need our help. That's what I'm trying to develop now. We've got a Facebook page. We've got members that's growing. We want to have a barbecue. We just want to be vigilant, make sure that we keep the neighborhood nice for our kids so that they can play out in the yard and they're not worried about drug activity or gang activity. We want to be positive. We want to help anybody in the neighborhood that might have had a family member die, because I've had that on my street. I've had 2 family members die very recently, so we try to look out for the older people in the neighborhood as well. So all I want to say is thank you to our police officers. Thank you to to the chief. He's been very responsive. I've talked with him on the phone. But I'm here to just ask for help. Look out for your neighbors, because some of us are hurting, some of us are in bad situations. I know that I worry for my child. He's 4 years old, and I've seen things that I don't really want him to see. And I don't want to say anything. Basically, I just want to keep the drugs out. I mean, the drugs scare me. And I worry. I stayed up late last night. I even had to pray about this with my Sunday school class as to what to say to you guys, because I'm just so worried for our kids today. And I think the more we get involved together and do a community watch, get to know each other, get to know your neighbor, reach out to your neighbor, and especially see if they're in need, not just for crime watch, I mean for anything that they might need. Because we've got some really elderly people on my street. So I just want to say thank you, and if anybody's interested in joining the Wedgwood community, it's on Facebook, Wedgwood Community Neighbors Helping Neighbors. Please see me. I'd love to have your support. Thanks.
Thank you. James Balaz.
How you doing? I got a 4-year-old, and that's one of the biggest drivers for trying to keep the community watch going, getting people together. I work 40, 60 hours a week, depends on my schedule. I work real hard in the service. I didn't ever think I'd have to worry about this. So I try to work hard, and I want a safe place for my son to grow up. So I just want to reiterate what Kathy said. That's my main driver for the community watch.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Denise Now.
Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, Commissioners. I just want to let you guys know that we are very excited about May Day in Zebulon. That is Saturday, May 5th. coming up quickly. It'll be just the third week of your Farm Fresh Market once you guys have opened, and then we'll have the annual 5K again. There's a Mudcats game that afternoon, and then as usual, a portion of the proceeds goes to the Zebulon Boys and Girls Club. So we love this partnership with you guys. It's continued to grow. This will be our third year doing it with you guys, and we appreciate it, and we hope that the community will come and join us. If you want information, it's available at www.zebulonchamber.org, or you can ask any of the folks here at the town staff as well. So we look forward to having you guys, and thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next item then is the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made, second. All in favor? And motion carries. Thank you. The new item that we just added, Zebulon's Vision. Tom, are you going to speak?
Mayor and City Council, before I read our petition and the letter from Toni Willis, I would like to make a couple comments. First, we all love Zebulon. Second, Beverly Curtis and I grew up together. Dale was a little older. My ancestors have been in this area for over 300 years. D.D. Shambley, my great-grandfather, served on the Wakeland School Board, and my grandfather, Guy C. Massey Sr., was killed in the line of duty right here in town. I am very proud of our heritage. To make a long story short, we all have wonderful memories of this town. Our petition shows approximately 263 signatures from people in our community. And we believe this is a community project, not just a Zebulon project. A couple of things have come to light. To reinforce the dam would cost somewhere around $165,000. That number now stands at $139,000. We have like-kind donations or pledges of $26,000 to reinforce the dam. That's not a drop in the bucket. You want a master plan for the park? Well, we got one in the making. We envision a dam, a replica mill house, a replica of Page's store, a Tuscarora Indian Village settlement, Dave's Beach, and a walking bird trail. And that would be a part that we all could be proud of. Do we have the resources? Well, we don't know if we don't try. We have landscape architects, design school students, arboretum volunteers, archaeologists, grading and landscape contractors, engineers, retired school teachers, and a few politicians on our team. Our question to you is, just what will it take? As the man says, don't tell us what you won't do, tell us what you will do. Now, I'd like to read the petition. The undersigned respectfully request your reconsideration of the use of the FEMA fundings. Your vote of January the 8th, 2018 was for using FEMA dollars not to repair the Little River Dam damaged by Hurricane Matthew, but rather to make improvements to the surrounding park area. The Zebulon Vision Group does not understand why the dam cannot be repaired using FEMA funds while researching and applying for grants that would address the updating and improvement of the park area. Repeated questions from our groups have not been answered. It is our feeling that more time is needed for several issues to be addressed. If FEMA funds are used for the dam, could this funding be used as matching dollars to secure a grant for park improvements? And our research has proven that this could possibly happen. What efforts have been taken to look at possibilities to accomplish both the repairs to the dam and to further enhance the park area? You must recognize that the Little River Park is unique because of having the dam as the focal point. It attracts visitors from throughout the county and beyond. We should not lose what makes this a special area, both historically and aesthetically. We have a rare opportunity in that we have the largest ever group of citizens saying to you, let's work together, knowing that this is the only opportunity to repair the dam with FEMA funds. There is a sense of urgency that we evaluate all our options. We strongly request that you withdraw your request to FEMA to use the funds as alternate project and to explore how we can fully accomplish both repair of the dam and the upgrading of the park. We stand ready to work with you to accomplish these goals. I have a letter from Toni Willis, founder of Withers and Ravenel Engineering Firm, that I'd like to read. Dear Mayor and council people, having visited the Little River Dam site recently and consulted with my partner, Sam Ravenel, we believe the Little River Dam reconstruction project is most viable and well worth pursuing. There are very few dams built in the early 1800s still in existence. We feel it is our responsibility as Wake County citizens to assist in preserving structures such as this for future generations. Wake County is growing at 63 people a day. Zebulon will see unprecedented growth. Those beautiful open tobacco fields will soon become subdivisions and shopping centers. And yes, we will have to deal with more traffic and expansion of municipal facilities. But we see that as more of an argument to preserve this part of our important rural heritage. The Little River Dam is an excellent example of a run-of-the-river dam. With proper reconstruction, it could be a significant landmark for future generations, and with the adjacent park, a reality with the efforts of concerned citizens with a vision to preserve and protect. What do we have to offer? Having worked with the Corps of Engineers, FEMA, for decades, we can assist the town and concerned citizens in moving through some of the red tape involved in facilitating such a project. We can also assist in the pursuit of grants, matching funds, conservation easements, etc., that are available to help finance such a project. This project, if managed properly, should not produce unreasonable additional burden to Zebulon. And if handled correctly, it won't. In closing, we have the time, the expertise, and interest to provide significant input into this project. And we know you have dedicated and concerned citizens who are ready to see this project through. I have helped raise millions through corporate sponsorships, and this is Toni speaking. I have raised millions through corporate sponsorships and like donations on many occasions, including my company, Wakefield Nursery. We organize community support with a sharp vision. There is no reason this dam and park cannot be saved and become a reality. The opportunity is here. You must seize the moment and move ahead. Remember, when it's gone forever. We are here to help. It's time to move. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Toni Willis, Executive Vice President, Withers Ravenel, Cary NC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tommy. This board knows how I feel. I'm very supportive of rebuilding the dam, and I appreciate the heartfelt effort of the citizens that want to save it. So from me to you, thank you very much for your willingness to get involved and stay involved. Now, I'm going to ask the board give them an opportunity if they have anything they want to say. It's up to them, but I'll start down here with Annie Jean if you have anything to say.
Only thing I had to say that I hope that we can get it done. And I know that he did a lot of homework on that. And that was good that you brought it to us, let us know what's going on.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
I said I'm glad that you came and brought it to us, let us know what's going on. I noticed you did a lot of work to bring that to us so we can vote on it.
Thank you very much.
Beverly?
Does anybody else have any questions, Beverly?
I'm working around them. So I'll go to Beverly next. That's fine.
Has the group met with our town manager to discuss things?
No, we haven't, but we
You're planning?
would love to do that.
Okay.
Curtis?
Tommy, if you check with the state, see if they will be willing to let you put the dam back. Since they're starting to break dams now, if they're out there and not doing any purpose at all, not holding back water for water supply, not holding back water to keep from flooding, they're starting to tear the dams down. If you check with the state and see if they already took the one down at Raleigh, and I've heard they're going to take Tarpley's Mill down too. Have y'all checked with the state?
Curtis, we're in the process. Probably the next meeting we'll be able to address the specifics a little bit better than we have now. Toni Withers is coming to our next meeting. So he will.
An environmental group now wants the rivers to flow. They want the fish to go downstream, and they went to the state and it's in legislature. I don't know what they did with it, but that's something you need to check on and make sure that you can block that river up again.
Well, there's been some discussion on that, and it seems like the granite outcrop there, the elevations, the dam is sitting high to begin with. So the question is, could the fish swim upstream if the dam was tore completely down, you know?
Okay, it's just, I read about it, and,
Right.
and it should be concerning a little bit.
If I could help one little bit there, I don't think they're looking at taking out Tarpley's Mill. In fact, we're looking at closing it back again. But beyond that, you have Atkinson's Mill down below that. So there are two dams below this dam. So just to be aware of that. Did you have anything else? Okay. Don?
I think most everyone in this room knows the way I feel about the Little River Dam. I've been in support of this project to rebuild and bring that dam back to its, well, I won't say original state, but to a point to where everyone in this room can be proud of it, and all those folks that signed the original 473 person petition. I've sat on this board now for going on 25 years. I've never seen a outpouring of this kind of personnel in this town for one particular project. I'm very proud to be a part of that. I'm proud of everyone in this area who has backed this. There's a strong feeling of unity here, and I want us to carry on and go ahead and finish what we got started, as Tommy even mentioned there. Thank you again for all of you coming out. I see faces that have been here numerous times, and somehow we'll get this thing done. That's all I got.
Thank you, Don. Dale?
I really have no comment. I think I let my opinion be known to start with. I think we can maintain the history, the heritage, and everything else of this area. And I think that's extremely important. But I also think it's extremely important that the river run free. And this council has voted 3-2 for the alternate plan. It's time to move on. Thank you.
Anything else from any board members, suggestions, or? Nothing? Okay. Thank you. All right. New business, Public Works, Weaver's Pond.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. Tonight we come in front of you requesting your acceptance of the final overlay at Weaver's Pond Phase 2D. In your packet, we have included the letter of dedicated infrastructure costs from Weaver's Pond Development Engineer, the 1-year and 2-year warranty for the overlay, the engineer certification of the project, and the geotech's engineering report. Just a reminder that the Public Works Department was on site during the entire construction process, completing inspection for proper materials, temperatures, and density, and overall quality of workmanship. We recommend you tonight approve Resolution 2018-13 and to receive this in our for maintenance, receive it in for maintenance by the town of Zebulon.
All right, that would be adopting Resolution 2018-13.
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Is there a motion?
Motion to adopt Resolution 2018-13.
Second.
Made, second. Other comments or discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Beaver Dam Greenway, Phase 1.
Thank you, guys. Second item we come for you tonight is for your consideration of the recognition of funding from Cypress Creek LLC for the for fee in lieu fee of $102,000, $102,238 for Beaver Dam Creek Greenway construction. Your ordinance that was adopted in 2017-07 allows for funds to be transferred to similar like projects within the town of Zebulon. So we're asking you to transfer these funds that were paid in fee in lieu from the Cypress Creek Greenway requirement to the Beaver Dam Creek Greenway. These funds will be used for project construction. These funds may also be used as a matching component to our part of grant application that we're applying for in April. So tonight we ask you to adopt a two-step process. First is to recognize those funds from Cypress Creek LLC into the general fund. The second ordinance appropriates it into the Greenway Capital Fund. Be glad to answer any questions you have.
Question? We have two ordinances. We can adopt them jointly, 2018-24, 2018-25. If you have any questions? Is there a motion?
I make such a motion to approve ordinance 2018-24 and 2018-25.
Second.
Thank you. Motion second. Other comments or discussion? All in favor? And the motion carries.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Board comments. Dale, I'll start on your end tonight. Don? You got anything, Don?
No, just thank each one and every for coming out tonight. I appreciate it, and I know the board does too.
Curtis? Beth?
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
Okay, manager's report, Joe.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the board. Just a few public service announcements. I've got a project update. I'll need to recognize Finance Director Bobby Fitz to do some budget adjustments. First off, on the public service announcements, the reminder this Friday is Friday movie night at the Zebulon Community Center. Nut Job 2 is featured. Starts at 7, and the popcorn is free. As it has been alluded to, the Farm Fresh Market is coming soon, and actually opening day is Saturday, April 21st from 9 to 1 on the front lawn of this building. And not to be missed, Superhero Day is the following Saturday, April 28th in Whitley Park at 10 a.m. And so for those that are not aware, this is an opportunity for our young superheroes to dress in their superhero outfits, show off their superhero skills, and gain a few tips about healthy lifestyles. I also wanted to take this opportunity to give a project update, most specifically on the Little River Park project. As staff has mentioned to the board before, negotiations with FEMA are going to be more a marathon and not a sprint. The most pressing of the discussions have centered around time extension. You may recall early in the process, staff shared a high level of concern over the time extension. This high level of concern was focused on the fact that there was the number and the complexity of issues to resolve, and there was many issues to resolve over the intervening 18 months. We had to clarify who owned the property. We had to clarify Raleigh's future interest in the property, as well as their interest in the FEMA process. You may recall that we both submitted for FEMA process funds, and so we had to spend some time untangling that. We also had to take some time doing a structural analysis of the whole dam, as well as a structural analysis and repair estimate for the failed sections. And then we also had the community engagement piece. So we had a lot of issues to resolve. There were complex issues, but also we had concern because FEMA's practice is not to consider time extensions until you near the end of the allotted time. So given all that, we were uncertain if we could successfully negotiate for additional time. I'm happy to report that we received word this week that FEMA, after careful consideration, has granted us a time extension by 21 months, and so we have until February 2020. Our next milestone in this negotiation marathon will be to concentrate on the amount of money they will consider granting the town. We'll continue to periodically check in with you as we receive updates or reach milestones in the negotiation process. And with that, I'd like to recognize Finance Director Bobby Fitz with some budget adjustments.
Yeah, I'll just keep it real brief. I'm just reporting some budget transfers that we have done. And governing body moved $400 from insurance and bonds to equipment maintenance, moved $800 from group insurance to FICA, moved $500 from group insurance to materials and supplies. And finance moved $1,500 from contract services to contract services taxes. And planning moved $3,400 from group insurance to insurance and bonds. And buildings and grounds moved $1,000 from professional services to buildings and grounds maintenance. Moved $2,000 from equipment maintenance to buildings and grounds maintenance. Moved $200 from miscellaneous to cell phones. Moved $2,250 from insurance and bonds. $750 of that to mowing equipment maintenance. $500 to janitorial materials and supplies, and $1,000 to buildings and ground maintenance. And fire moved $5,000 from salaries to part-time salaries. Streets moved $1,300 from insurance and bonds to snow and ice materials. Moved $1,050 from insurance and bonds, $1,000 of that to contract services, and $50 to miscellaneous. And parks and recreation moved $1,500 from vehicle maintenance to grounds maintenance. Moved $2,000 from equipment maintenance to grounds maintenance. Moved $2,000 from fuel expense to grounds maintenance. And moved $1,000 from part-time salaries to team uniforms. And special appropriations department moved $150 from the Campo to Triangle J line. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I apologize, Mayor. I have one more public service announcement. This is a popular community event, so I just wanted to make sure it didn't get announced, that it got announced. This Saturday is Community Recycling Day, so it'll be on the side yard here of Town Hall from 9 to 12. So if you've got anything that you've got as a result of spring cleaning, anything you need to get thrown out, anything you need to get shredded, this is your prime opportunity. That's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, folks, kind of a short meeting for those that like ball games. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. And second?
Second.
We're adjourned.
He said we got a meeting. He said we got a meeting.